at 5. Like, I hate it when people sit there and they're like, I'm going to be at your house at 5. And then they're like sitting outside my door, just hurry up and wait until 5 o'clock to start to walk up. And I'm like, no, I'm not that anal retentive.
No, yeah, exactly.
I can understand if you're smoking a cigar, you know, hey, you're contemplating the greater mysteries of life. But if you're just sitting there in my driveway,
super early, like I don't go up. Like, let's say bunko's at 6:30. I don't go up to the door till like 6:15. I'm not that person.
Yeah, unless I specifically talk to somebody ahead of time to sit there and say, hey, you know, hey, we're setting up. Can we set something up early?
Or if you're going to be late or not show up, you kind of make, you know, contact with them through Facebook or by text or smoke signal, phone call.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand that.
Pony Express, carrier pigeon.
I really can't stand that. Yeah. I think the only thing worse than that is when you're given like an 8-hour window for a repair person to show up.
Oh.
And then.
Or a kilt delivery.
Oh, geez, yes.
2 minutes prior to the end of that deadline, they're like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to make it.
Okay,
cool. So I waited around 8 hours for you to sit there to tell me that you're not going to be able to. Yeah, unless you're going to show up like, I dream a genie. Yeah, we already know.
Figured that out. So, Prostate, Moroni Ice Trumpet, big bold cigar,
flavors.
Nice big heavy flavors, nice bold cigar.
Should go with our big bold attitudes.
Big bold attitudes. You know, all the good stuff.
Yep.
So let's light this candle, Hiroshi.
Oh. Yeah, lots of super happy fun times. Sean, thanks for tuning in once again. Oh. Yeah, sorry everybody that this last Saturday we did not jump on.
Unfortunately I had a personal thing going.
So which
aging parents can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah. With that being said, make sure people have their accords in order, so that way you know.
How about their civics?
Their what?
Their civics.
Their civics.
How about the Elantras? How about their Elantras?
Asshole.
What's that stupid looking truck thing they've got?
The Ridge. Is that the Ridge Line?
The Ridge Line.
I can't think.
Ah.
Ready to jump on some local?
Sure.
This is going back a little bit.
All right, getting the Wayback Machine.
Oh yeah, because the Wayback Machine, we went through and we were one of the people that were talking about, hey, is there going to be a dumpling fee for locals? And then our first response back was, no, it's not going to be for locals.
And then it was.
And then it was like, this is going to be for commercial and out-of-towners. And then they went,
collectively.
Never mind, it applies to everybody.
But then they kind of just looked at what you had and decided whether it was or wasn't. Yeah. It was
householdish, and only on Saturday and sometimes on Sunday.
Well,
yeah.
Despite regular trash remaining free to the dump,
no, it's not.
Yeah, household trash is relative to if they view it as household trash. So
like even if you have a bag and it's like a bunch of lean cuisine boxes, they may or may not view it as household trash.
Yeah. So that's on the agenda for the VOCC, which is happening right now. Still.
Apparently.
It's still happening.
Yep. Well, all of that. Now, what that was meant for was the shortfall of our dump. Apparently, they were running on depreciating amounts.
Yeah. Okay.
So every day that they ran the dump, it was losing money.
And now they're flush.
How do you lose money on a dump?
Well, you have to pay the people to maintain it.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to pay operators that way. Are
there not convicts? Are there not destitute? Do we not have homeless?
None of them I want running around in the dump. Okay.
I definitely would be shredding my trash more. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is cost associated with that, but apparently they were running in a deficit every single, point.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were trying to make up the money for that. And the reason why is because if they didn't, then one of the dumps in Nye County would have to close. And that's one of those things where you're like, no, I don't want that. The people of Nye County don't want that, because imagine having to then,
Yeah. Imagine
oh, well,
being
we
told
closed
you're
down one for
80 or
cost savings,
Tonopah,
but
yeah.
now we have to drive the garbage truck from Pahrump all the way up there to get their trash as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but we our trash guys work pretty hard to go through
They
to
do.
make sure that I appreciate mine
Hey,
pretty well and on time, like school buses.
Oh yeah.
and mine notices when I'm running out of the house, when I hear the truck at the other end of the street, and I'm like, oh crap. And he sees me in the driveway, and he kind of slows his roll just a little and gives me
Just a
time.
little bit at a time. Not so fast that he just waves at you as he's like,
Yeah.
As he drives away,
like, yeah.
kind
No,
of slows down as you're running behind him, and speeds up just enough so he gets.
because there've been several times I've been playing that dance.
But the reason why I bring this up is because the meeting, county meeting,
Which is
And
probably
it was on the
still going.
agenda.
this is one of the things that was on the agenda, and the reason why is because they're seeing that, hey, this is pissing off the constituents that are here in Pahrump,
And it's election season.
and it's election season, and I heard from somebody who moved out from Vegas that if you pay a garbage collection fee, okay, so like you have a
Oh,
can
we
at your
clean.
house,
Yep.
then you can bring your trash to there for free. And I was like, really? So Clark County has something already put in place because you're already paying for your bins to get picked up and everything else, and then you're saying Nye County's the one who screwed pooch on it? So,
Nye County's screwing the pooch.
and you and I have talked
Hey,
about
that's a
this.
lie.
We had this cigar, and we were like, I could understand if you sat there and you're like, yo, it's $5 a load,
Yeah.
period.
$5 flat fee.
You know,
And if
Here
it
you
was
go.
just that, we wouldn't be getting all
Nobody would complain. $5 flat
upset
fee
about it.
flat fee for every time that you go in there to
Yeah.
dump off stuff.
for every carload. $5. You bring a trailer, $5 more. It's another car.
It's another means of transportation.
Mm.
Cool. Here you go. And that way, we have something to make up for the deficit, whatever.
And yeah, larger than
It-
XP,
it-
$10. Yeah.
Fair. Everybody got skin in the game. Nobody's making a one bag trash run.
Yeah. So, and right now, as somebody put, it varies depending on what you bring in.
Mhm.
Oh, you brought in a mattress that fit in a little baby thing? Oh, guess
It's a
what?
mattress.
It's crib,
mattress.
mattress, full mattress fee.
We're gonna charge you full mattress
Whether
fee
it's
for
this or
that.
the king size overstuffed.
Uh-huh. So you got mattress fees,
top.
you have different fees for different things. And then I found this out when reading through it. If you have a mixed load, then what they do is they charge you to
At
the
the
maximum
Mm-hmm.
that they can for so let's say you have yard waste, but you also have
Household.
house
and
or a furniture waste or something of that nature.
yeah.
If the furniture
Nice.
waste is at a higher fee, then they're going to charge you for the entire load being
At the
that.
higher fee.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's just one couch.
Exactly.
And one of the
That's on
reasons
the-
why that pissed me off is because the whole reason why we have burn permits is so that way you can burn
yard
your
waste.
yard waste, your weeds, the
Mhm.
flora and fauna that pop up out of nowhere because birds shit everywhere. And then all of a sudden it dries out. And I mean, it's perfectly fine. You pull it, let it dry out, burn it up. Cool. That's the reason why we have that burn permit. But then we don't have that throughout the entirety of the year. And then they're like, hey, you can't have large swaths of waste on your land because apparently that's in the international code of
which is
bullshitters.
also on the
Agenda.
today. Not to get rid of it,
Are
not to prohibit it.
To fund
But
positions.
to-
Are you sure? Because I saw this one little itty bitty last
Yes.
liner, like it was
Yes.
just like, oh my god, it's
Discussing
right
deliberation
here.
for-
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't include any backup there, but we actually dug into the action item, and it's to fund the positions
To fund the positions
to enforce it.
to enforce.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they're trying to do is hire people to go through and generate taxes through fines.
They're going to be starting to bust out the tape measure, check your lawn.
And before I forget, I feel like that item was about 10 items lower on the agenda than the item about the audit they want to do
Oh,
that they should have been planning to fund in the first place.
So yeah, well, there's some things.
Okay.
The BOCC is trying to push through an audit on the PA's office. Well and good.
Okay.
Books are open; they can audit them whenever. Here's the problems.
What?
Here's the problems. In order to audit this year, they needed to have submitted it in Q1. They're
Okay.
doing it now. In Q2.
Okay.
So there's a problem.
So you jumped over timeline.
Number two, you would think if the government wants to have an audit, they're the ones paying the bill.
If you're wanting to audit me and everything else, normally you're the one who has to do the footwork to make sure that it gets done and done properly. If not, and you're like, well, the office should handle it. Why would the office?
No, it's not the office they want to make pay for it.
Okay.
The individual.
They want to make the individual pay for it. The actual public administrator, the elected official, out of her own pocket, they are demanding that she pay for the independent audit.
Wow.
See you later. So yeah. Oh, and since we're now 11 minutes late, Bill, fuck it, I'm gonna call you out. We scheduled.
Mike, stop.
No, I am.
No.
We did have somebody scheduled for today.
Bill
They didn't
Bill
show.
fucking Hochstetler, running for public administrator, confirmed with me that he was going to be here. We scheduled a meeting a month ago to go over questions for this because he wanted the questions ahead of time.
Okay.
So Mike had to go to
So I had to go to
Starbucks out of
Starbucks
nowhere
and go over the questions.
and
with
now
him.
it feels like he was just trying to get information about the
Okay.
office.
Okay.
Quite
He
frankly.
confirmed with me last week that he was going to be on the show.
Okay.
We're 11 minutes in. No show, no call. Because you know what? The dead will wait for you, right, Bill? The families will wait. They wait because you are at something else, looking for a meeting someplace else to try to get your name that you've run for every goddamned office in this entire state. Senate, House, local BOCC, dog catcher. You know, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going to be late, if you were going to not come, if the meeting was running long,
There's that text
the
message.
least you could do is text me.
You blew up
very
his
least-
phone when you first scheduled the thing. You could at least
Very
text.
fucking least you
Yeah.
could have done.
By the way, we make ourselves available to do this for anyone that we're interviewing.
Mhm.
So,
Give people a
as a
fair
lot of you guys
shake.
know, you guys come through and we usually have the show start directly at 5 o'clock when it's non-election season.
Right.
If not a little bit later. You know, we had that little this and that. We might have some technical difficulties that we're
yeah.
working through. But one of the things that we try to do is if we're not having a show, we try to put it out to you guys that, hey, we're not having a show because of technical issues.
Or
Exactly.
because,
Or
like, Saturday we have an event.
Mm-hmm.
We will not be having a show on Saturday because it is the 3-year anniversary of Lowside.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this
So we're
place is
gonna be
going to be
busy.
packed and it's going to be buzzing, and I don't want to try to run a show during that.
No. And then
It's
space
disrespectful
space
to
is
the
a huge premium.
It's disrespectful to our house.
Well, it's being respectful to our host. It's being respectful to our host guests and things of that nature. And it's like we also want to enjoy the festivities
Mm-hmm.
because it's the 3-year. I have yet to go to the year anniversary of Lowside Cigar Lounge and it not be a great time.
This place be packed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry I went off. It pissed me off.
No, it made me upset as well.
It pissed me off a little bit.
And especially I quite frankly, and I'm going to call it like I see it, I see 2 people so far that have no-showed that are both in ranking positions in our local Nye County Republican Committee.
Yeah.
mm,
Didn't bother to
Like-
call. No show, no call.
I'm seeing, I don't know, pattern here. Pattern recognition.
yeah, and it makes me wonder how they're going to be if they were ever elected into that
And-
position.
To be fair
To be fair.
about this gentleman, because I feel very strongly about something else here.
Go ahead.
So maybe he's like, you know what? I don't need to go on the show, considering he just got the endorsement of the organization, which he leads. What function
He's
does
on the
he lead?
endorsement committee.
He's on the endorsement committee. I endorse myself.
Hey,
I
hey,
endorse
But
myself.
now
and
he can
found that I
send
did nothing wrong.
congratulations. Can you do this right quick? Give
But
yourself a
now-
pat on the back
what that
because you did
means
such a
is-
good job. Now, insert your head
Yep.
into your rectum. Because, yeah,
But
if you're
so
just
when
going
you
to
get
fucking.
those flyers, Nye
Mhm.
County, when you get those flyers from the Nye County Republican Central
Yeah,
Committee
this
saying
is-
who they endorse,
Yeah.
2 up, 2 down.
it's an inside job.
Yeah.
2 up, 2 down, man. Just remember this when it comes to the ballot box, guys. You know, this guy committed to something, said he was going to be here.
Uh-huh.
Something that is, and you and I both know, how much notice do we get?
We usually. It depends. I get notice from usually you
From me, because I listen to
that
the
that you're listening to the scanner and you're like, hey, possibility, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
our notice is like 5 minutes out the door, get to said location. And the reason why is because that's holding up our deputies.
Our deputies are not on the street.
We got the morgue
Yeah.
that has to come in there,
He's got to come in.
and then there's paperwork to be filed. If all that gets handled and all of a sudden that house is not properly secured in the meantime,
And it gets pilfered.
then all of a sudden it's a bad look for the city. That's for damn well sure.
Mhm.
And for the next of kin, and for Nye County, and for everybody.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
painful enough when you lose somebody
Uh-huh.
in your family. It doesn't need to be made more painful because dealing with the PA's office is difficult.
And unfortunately, this guy was thinking he was going to do it part-time. Well, clearly his part-time is no time.
I haven't talked to the person personally.
I did. We talked about it. He talked about it with me. He was going to do it part-time.
Because he was going to empower the line staff to just go
What?
and
Yeah, empower us to do it from start to finish. Go to
No.
sell real estate. Auction
No.
belongings.
I don't like that. You and I have talked about this where we prefer to have at least 2 people on site on scene.
Yeah.
The reason why is because 2 eyes are better than 1. Okay?
Yeah, the gun's in the
Yeah.
drawer.
Well, not only that, but it helps because then if we do have people on hand that can give details and things of that nature, one person can handle paperwork, the other person can go through and do that.
Critical boys and girls shelter in place.
Dust,
Haboob inbound.
What?
dust storm.
The boobs, they're coming.
Okay, I thought you liked a squirter.
No. The haboob is coming.
The haboob?
Dust storm.
Dust storm.
Brown out
Whirling dust.
conditions.
Okay, cool.
Just letting our listeners know.
So when you go
Okay.
outside, keep your mouth closed.
It's windy. Secure your car doors, okay? When you're opening them, just let them flow in the wind because they will get ripped off their hinges. If not, it'll overcrinkle it, and then all of a sudden your door will make a click click sound every time you open and close it.
Yes.
Uh,
When you're driving, if you cannot see, pull off the side of the road.
yeah, I mean,
Fair.
Make sure you pull far off the side of the road.
yeah, put on your hazards
on your
as much as you
hazards.
can.
You can't see the car in front of
Do
you.
not stop in the
In
middle
front.
of the road.
No.
Do not stop in the middle of the road. That's a good way to get slammed 3 ways till Sunday because they might be driving by
boys
braille.
hear me? You boys hear me? Dust storm incoming.
Okay, thank you. You're on the bike, right? Yes.
Ooh.
Yep.
So,
Well,
dust storm. Don't want to do that. The other thing that I've been reading a lot and just seeing a lot of hilariousness on Nextdoor app.
oh yeah, okay.
There's so many people that are sitting there and just going, "Hey, by the way, there's like 2 donors for Fiore out here." Apparently.
Oh, I have seen that they're calling people and going to their doors and stuff. Yeah.
But there's people calling, going
Yeah.
to door, doing all that. Somebody on Nextdoor app with receipts went through and said, "Hey, if you look at it, the vast majority of her funding was her loaning herself money."
Yes.
And then somebody else,
Technically would have required her to register as a PAC.
then well, because it was a loan.
Campaign finance fraud.
Yep. Then all of a sudden, hey, where's the rest of the financing going? Apparently, she's holding stuff over in Clark County for funding to try to get elected.
Prior elections? Or what?
Yes, she wants.
Currently.
If she doesn't get win here, she's going to carpetbag her ass over to Vegas again.
No.
Back to Vegas.
Apparently,
No, I'm
she is
asking if it's
holding
a prior
fundraising
funds.
events over
Wait,
in
for
Vegas for
a Nye County
this
position.
election.
That is ugly.
Because that's what
Well,
one of the
there's nothing
calls
against it.
was, hey, would you like to go to this
But
fundraiser event? Blah, blah, blah,
ugly.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics is dirty, boys and girls.
And
Get
so
the air out there.
So it's one of those things where you're like, okay, it's kind of funny that you're holding a fundraiser event out in Vegas and trying to get people from Vegas to pay for your election
It's
out
not
here.
illegal, but it shows your allegiance, and it also shows,
Character.
that you're kind of trying to change Nye County to be more like,
Clark County.
yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you got to take 160 to get there, and we've seen time and time again, there needs to be something else other than 160. The reason why I say this is because that long stretch over the mountaintop, just to find out, oh, by the way,
It's
turn
closed
around,
halfway
it's
through.
closed.
at Blue Diamond.
It's closed at
You
Blue
know, it's
Diamond.
great if
Or
you did.
what?
It would be wonderful if NDOT actually used it.
The sign,
The sign at the bottom of the hill here to
Mhm.
let us know.
the one right when you
Close
go into the
top.
4-lane, you mean? Yeah.
That one. We paid for it.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they use that. I got something on local.
Okay.
Unless you want to continue on yours.
Well, what I was going to say with that was we've been having a lot of water pipe breakage. The main
Yeah.
water line there, right by 160.
Great Basin Water Supplies Preventative Maintenance Program.
Water and Spies.
They do like the maintenance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my wife was looking this up, and apparently we've had 4 main water breaks
Okay.
since 2017.
Now, what I would like to shout out to our assistant researcher,
Yes,
Nikki.
Nikki, good job.
Mhm.
Good job. You're awesome.
So she went
Yeah.
through and she was just looking it up, and she was like, oh, because at first the big one was she found it on 2017.
Right.
Then she found one in 2025 and 2026, and then
Mhm.
she went back and found out, oh, in 2021 there was another water break. Then she started reading some information on it. In 2017, the CEO of Great Basin sat there and said it is because of an aging infrastructure. Aging infrastructure, aka the pipe that is the main water line
It's too old.
is too old. It's
And we're
breaking.
10 years after 2017 now, almost.
Yeah, and we've had 3 more additional breaks. And it appears that every single one of these is right there by 160.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where the main line runs.
Uh-huh. So it was interesting with that. And the reason why I also bring that up is because as you go down Homestead, you go from houses that you see the occasional fire extinguisher or fire hydrant, and then all of a sudden it runs into nothing. The other aspect with that I'd like to point out is a lot of people on the south side of town are like, can we get a grocery store down here? Can we get a grocery store down here? The VFW is running on well water. Okay? If the VFW is running on well water, then the plots right next to it are probably, guess what?
Well,
Well water only, which the vast majority of grocery
Can't
stores
support.
and everything else do not
want to run on.
want well water.
Yeah.
Commercial water supply is what they're
you're
desiring.
looking at a deli and a bakery, and yeah.
So this isn't, yeah. So if you're hoping for an Aldi's, a Whole Foods, which I think a Whole Foods that's running off of well water would be fucking hilarious.
That would be a great
It
advertisement,
would
yes.
be solar powered, well,
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
environmentally friendly.
But it's really interesting
It's like
because
farm to fork, totally.
you know what where I hear this mainly coming from? Where I see it on the BitScribe complaint, aka Nextdoor app,
yes,
is Mountain Falls.
Yes.
Huh. So you're saying that you built this whole little subdivision with all these
Just houses
things
and a golf.
Oh,
with just
where
golf.
where all of the action items in the first portion of the BOCC meeting, we're increasing the number of plots that are going to be built out there.
Without infrastructure.
And
businesses.
not going through and looking at, well, we still have all this centrally located grocery store and everything else, and it's like, okay, cool. Because I've been hearing since I got here that we're supposed to get one of the super Smiths. You know, the everyday Smiths that's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because they have such a large thing that they have like Smiths next door, which is like literally this tiny grocery store type thing.
Yeah.
Walmart has that out in
Yeah.
Vegas, and it's like,
The next
okay,
neighborhood market.
we need more infrastructure here, so that way we can actually have something more than
Infrastructure,
that.
we don't have infrastructure here.
Mhm.
Hell, they're voting to delist several of the roads out here so they don't have to maintain them.
Oh.
Dude, I'd be so pissed if I lived on one of those roads.
Yeah.
Or is it, I'm guessing they're sitting there and they're like, hey, since it's not paved,
We're not maintaining it.
we're not maintaining it anyways. There's nobody who lives on it, therefore we can say, hey, no, there's that. Which I always loved, like right behind Ian Douche Park, where all of a sudden the road.
Where they all park anyway.
What road?
No. The road that's behind, because you have like the three houses that are right there, and then the road goes halfway past
Mm-hmm.
and just stops at a dead end, versus going all the way through. So that way you can have
Yes, we've had PA calls in that area.
you can
Lost
drive all the way around. Instead, it's gravel on this side that everybody just has to drive through to park there.
Uh-huh.
Because during the Little League games, during any big practices, what always happens? They run out of parking.
They run out of parking, yeah. You see
And
people double
this
parking.
is where they're
It's like,
trying to put the 4th of July fireworks?
No,
Oh, that's over here
It's over
in
here.
the field.
it's a field where one of the two fire
On this
hydrants
side
doesn't
of-
work.
Oh, so you mean
closer to
they're going to try and get the entire town to fit into something that when Little League's going on, there's no parking.
That.
Yeah.
And have the whole town show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we do realize that people also come out from, I don't know, Vegas, or they come from Amargosa. They come out here.
Sandy Valley.
Everybody who likes the small town feel would much rather do this than have to deal with the bullshit of Vegas.
Exactly.
But yeah, aging infrastructure. The CEO already admitted it, and yet we're still having water breakage. And then, you know what I saw? I saw that they were doing corner work right over there by the bank. And I'm going, I wonder if they're doing more work on the water line.
So it'll break again?
Well, it could have been that they saw a crack as they were running a camera through it to see where it was leaking in the first place, saw another crack, and was like, well, maybe we should fix that.
You are giving
Before
them way too much
the
credit.
water main break of the second half of
You're giving
2026.
them way too much credit. This is a company that cannot maintain its own frickin' fire hydrant infrastructure, which they are required to by law.
Yep. And once again, although we jump on the, Front Valley Fire, at the same time,
I can't jump on them for that one. That's not their fault.
that's not their
If the
fault.
water isn't being provided properly.
Well, and that's the whole thing is I'm used to the fire department being in charge of checking the fire hydrants to make sure that they have adequate pressure and adequate flow.
Right.
So that way it's third party. So that way if the person providing the water is fucking it up, they can go to them and say, hey, fix it or get fines because you are hired out by the city.
Well, and I've been in places where the water is a municipal
Right.
department, so that would give the fire department a little more leg to stand on to say, I'm a city department. You need tell that city department to do
I
their
need
dang
water.
job. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I was admonished.
You were admonished?
I was admonished this last week.
Uh-oh.
I was admonished by one of my friends this last week for failing to realize something.
Okay.
We gave Mercier a pass because the dry lake bed could have been muddy.
Yeah.
Failing to land on the bed when the young lady was killed out there. I was admonished by this individual. He said, if they could get a side-by-side out there, how deep do you think that mud was?
How passable?
6 inches, 8 inches?
Okay.
He said, boy, how deep you think a rice paddy is?
Okay. A little bit different. Wartime is a little bit different.
You
It was in
literally have a
Vietnam
young
veterans
lady
defense.
dying out.
Yeah, but if Mercy Air is only used to landing on helipads and helipads to helipads, that's it.
Turn
Then
mic up, please.
yeah.
Am I a little
You're
soft?
a little soft today.
I was told, boy, like I said, how deep you think a rice paddy is?
Rice paddy is about 6 to 8 inches of water.
How
Not
deep is
6
the
to
mud
8
underneath it?
inches of muck.
How much is the deep underneath that?
That's fair. There's muck. But again, that's training. That's skills this pilot doesn't have. I agree. They should have. You know what they should have is a rescue system. Search and rescue.
A hoist, you think?
A hoist with a catch basket, a hoist with a gurney. Those all exist. Search and rescue operates more than just in water. I was trained to deploy from helicopters. I was trained to deploy over land, and I was a at-sea rescue system.
Right.
There are things that they should have, but if landing was their only option and the risk was not great enough, or the risk was too great for the equipment, they have to take that into account.
Yep.
I am by no means defending. I am just speaking of.
I know. I get you.
So that pilot may not have felt comfortable in his own skill set to land there.
Yeah.
And if he's not comfortable, you're putting more lives at risk. Not only that of the pilot, co-pilot, the crew,
Yeah.
the people on the ground, and the equipment.
And whether or not the equipment is rated for that, it's
It's a Eurocopter.
partially
They are used in this capacity for the military of the European Union.
right.
The helo was not an issue.
Right. But I'm saying, yeah, it may not be an equipment
Now,
concern.
granted, when it's been super dry, I occasionally see pilots land on the dry lake bed so that the way they can practice alternative landing locations.
Yeah.
It is a good place to not disrupt traffic and
It scares the hell out of me every single time because I see them doing laps around, and then all of a sudden I don't see him anymore. And so I look over at the dry lake bed and go, any smoke, any smoke, any smoke.
No, that's just the drug runners, Jacob.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of drug runners, a couple of big busts in town this last week.
Yeah, it's interesting in how they're big busts. I actually had to go through to sit there and look up grams
To ounces, to
to
kilograms,
to what make how many grams is a pound.
4 days, Jeff. 4 days.
So at that point in time, I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, because it was just over 500 grams. And so when I hear,
half a kilo,
when I hear,
about 1.1 pounds.
when I start to hear 40 grams of this,
Yeah.
yeah.
20 grams of that, I go,
14 grams of
Much
cocaine,
smaller, yeah.
allegedly.
It's a bat.
and I go through and I'm like, okay, if you sat there and gave me street value and you're like, oh, it was about $160 worth of it, like, huh? Now, granted, it was fentanyl, which doesn't take a lot of fentanyl.
It's
Okay,
yeah.
it was
price per gram was higher.
heroin. All right,
That card.
and it was meth. Okay,
Meth is cheap here.
okay.
Again,
Close to
we
production
can say,
areas, I guess.
we can say election
Supply.
season.
Supply. It's election season.
So when somebody sits there and they do that, because like we used to joke around when they'd be like major drug bust, and it was like they had a half a pound of weed and like one high point firearm.
That was
And we're
an
like,
arsenal. That was an arsenal.
Yep, they had an arsenal and everything else, and it's like they had a high point with 3 magazines. They're lucky if they can rack it and actually get one to chamber, let alone.
Like we've
Flicking
we've
boom.
watched the drug busts where like they would fill the entire conference table.
To
and-
be honest,
yeah.
I'm surprised my county didn't do that.
So, yeah, that type of stuff just kind of irks me when all of a sudden it's like major drug bust, and you're like, I'm glad you got that person. That's cool, but like, is it really a major drug bust?
At that quantity.
Yeah. I mean,
Is
you
it a
guys have assisted in bigger busts when all of a sudden 4th of July fireworks are heading out of the county.
I think they got a bigger bust when that gentleman accidentally
Fell
wrecked while he
down.
was on Highway 95 running.
Oh hell! I'm thinking they got a bigger bust down at the Nugget. Allegedly. Actually, no, I can't say allegedly anymore. He flat out. They got a bigger bust down at the Nugget.
Wow.
No longer an alleged thing. All right, then.
Oh.
Nationally.
Nationally?
Nationally.
One quick sec. Let me
Sure.
double check. Let me double
Make
check
sure
that I
he's
didn't
done.
have.
I didn't.
I just want to make
Rude.
sure because I was like, all right, I had a couple
I
things.
granted we spent through half the show on local, but yeah.
Yeah, that's because we didn't have a show Saturday. Yep. Cool. Oh, other thing that was brought up.
Yeah.
Is Fiore's running for golden ticket. The reason why is because she has completed 3.2
Right.
years of the
Mhm.
5 years
For
required
vesting.
of vesting for retirement. So, I'd be hard pressed in running my
And
ass
she's
off
served
too.
how many years of that actually on the bench and not suspended?
Don't know, but guess what? Still
One
counts.
plus.
I know it does.
Yeah,
but
less
I'm
than
just
2.
saying, less than 2.
That she's actually
So,
sat.
if anybody's wondering why she hasn't just rolled over and said, "Oh, okay, pet my belly," it's because of that.
It's like,
Hey,
No.
what?
you're not going to pet her belly.
She wants somebody to go through and be like, "Pay for my retirement. Yes, pay for my retirement." Yeah. So that's
the only
that's
part
my
that I don't
personal take on
understand is
it.
the vesting, because she had PERS through her prior out in Clark County, so
It's called multiple dipping.
yeah.
So
So
you have to
vest by
have
position.
it goes
Per
through
position.
Okay.
per position. What this covers is
Doggy, missionary.
do
Please no
cowgirl.
visual. Like again.
trying to find it right quick. This is whether the county commissioners, the district attorney, comp controllers, or the local judges. The clock ticks for all of them. So as long as you go through and you hit the 5-year golden handshake, yeah.
That costs extra down to brothels.
Mm.
Uh,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
I was seeing that. Of course, a lot of fun. We weren't the only ones having to boil water. Of course, notice were issued for all residents of Silver City and Lyon County
Mm-hmm.
for boiling of water. The north is getting pounded
Schlammered.
with snow, with rain, with that.
Sleet.
LA had
Rain.
flood warnings throughout because they got pounded by rain, which I find is hilarious. They
could
can't
use
build
it.
a big enough silo to keep their water, so they just keep on having to take it off and
Yeah, from Owens Valley.
Mm-hmm.
further upstream.
So we're finally getting some action on something we brought up a while ago. Finally, the FBI and the House are investigating the fact that we now have 12 high-ranking members of the United States aerospace, nuclear, and intelligence communities that are missing,
Or
gone, or
dead
dead
in questionable.
circumstances.
Ah, okay.
They're finally investigating it. Now, they were investigating the living hell out of Nancy Guthrie's mama.
Mm-hmm. For
But,
months.
you know, if you're a general with nuclear secrets, meh, you're not important enough for us to look at.
Funny because we're still trying to extradite the Australian citizen, because he renounced his U.S. citizenship, that went over to Africa in joint training and allegedly trained the Chinese pilot.
That guy, yes. Oh, and by the way, speaking of pilots in Africa, our pilots are still being held hostage.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Months later, we still have hostage pilots. In the North American Command, we have some very interesting operations out of Mexico. A sniper inspired by Columbine and events in the United States, somehow in one of the strictest gun control countries in the world, where they have exactly one gun store in the entire fucking country, somehow was able to obtain firearms, mount the pyramid, or one of the pyramids in the tourist areas of Mexico, and kill 15 people,
Oh, wow.
including 9 Americans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that happened this last week.
Yeah, the way you were leading up to that, I was thinking that you were talking about Canada again.
Instead of Mexico?
instead of Mexico. So is it one of the strictest states in Mexico for gun control?
Mexico's gun control is all at the federal level.
Okay.
You cannot own a firearm as a private citizen
Mm.
unless you are a competition shooter.
Mm.
And then you go through copious background checks, mental health, doctor stuff. There's literally one gun store in Mexico City. That's it. In the entire country.
Wow.
Okay? This goes hand in hand with the suspicious deaths of 2 employees of the United States Embassy in Mexico this last week who died mysteriously in a hit and run, which we've had 4 of in this town in the last 2 days, including that of a high school student this morning. Hit and run in Mexico City. Well, it turns out that they worked for the company,
Oh, wow.
the CIA, and they were working with counterterrorism in Mexico.
Mm.
But, nothing to see here. Not a thing. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. We're not having Americans killed overseas.
Yeah.
No.
We're
No.
not.
So, I have a theory that I
Uh-oh.
want to put forward here on something else we talk about quite a bit.
How pissed off and annoyed people are in Pahrump. Is it because of the dust in their cooter or in their ass crack?
Yes.
Hey, I understand, dude. If I get sand behind my ball sack,
Oh, no, that's terrible.
dude, that's no. Anybody who's had sex on sand will tell you,
No,
sex
that's
on the beach
abrasive.
is not where it's at. Sex on a
It-
boat, kind of.
Sex on the beach is a moderately good drink, but that's about it. I'm just putting this theory out there, and I want our listeners, I want our people out there, people that are smarter than me, to look at it. I think that we may have a problem with a coup d'etat happening in Iran.
Really.
Well, and the impetus for this is the lack of cohesive messaging that is coming out of Iran. We're seeing, yes, we peace talk, no peace. We're now we peace talk and blow things up. We peace talk and are blowing things up while we're talking about the peace that we are supposedly have a ceasefire for.
We've
Okay.
already said we're not going to maintain said ceasefire. Yeah, it's like
Okay, so we have that portion of things, but we also had a very interesting incident this last week involving India and France. 2 separate incidents, but the Indian incident's the more trouble. So the Iranians set up the whole toll booth system. You pay us $2 million in crypto, your ship gets to go through. Okay, cool, whatever. So an Indian tanker paid the $2 million bribe,
Uh-huh.
got clearance to go through, was being piloted by an Iranian,
Okay.
was being escorted by the Iranians,
Okay.
and then tracked inbound drones, Shahed drones, from Iran that hit the ship.
Huh? Okay.
Basically, come through, but don't come through. Come through, but don't come through.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
So I'm wondering if the individual IRGC commanders on the ground, or a faction within the IRGC, doesn't or is deliberately disobeying orders or turning a blind eye to orders with regard to the Strait of Hormuz, which would represent a shattering of the CNC system.
Yeah.
That command and control is no longer functioning,
Yeah.
even though supposedly it has been reestablished, according to the Iranians.
What if it was a fucked up game of telephone and because of the no communications? They're sitting there and they're like, these 2 over here saying it's safe to go through. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. That person over there with all the drones has no fucking good idea and is like, there's a ship coming through. Okay,
Shoot at it.
shoot at it.
what was that you said?
Now, the Iranians also attacked a French vessel
Mhm.
and killed several French. Now, the French have been very pro-Iran in this whole thing. Well, or at least staying the fuck out.
Staying out of it.
Not a war, not our problem. To the point where they're not allowing U.S. aircraft to use their airspace.
Okay.
Again, you would think that the Iranians, at least logically, would not want to get the French involved.
Exactly.
and have said they don't want to get the French involved,
Uh-huh.
but they just involve the French.
Yeah.
In a way that's not going to make the French join on their side. for
No,
sure.
no,
No.
doesn't work that way. So, like I said, this is just a theory, and it's not substantiated by anything so far, that you may have factions within the IRGC that are deliberately going against the regime's
Mm-hmm.
position to the point where you actually have a military shattering within Iran,
Mm.
which would be a coup d'etat.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Where you
Military
have
coup.
people who, I don't care what there is to gain, we're supposed to not like these people. We're going to,
Keep it locked down, keep it locked down, keep it locked
yeah,
down.
keep it locked down, attack
which-
the people on that side.
One
regardless.
hand is not talking to the other.
Mm-hmm.
One hand looks to be like it's trying to smack the other hand, I guess.
Exactly. Trying to bite it.
Mm-hmm.
Little Bruce Campbell action there from
Mhm.
Evil Dead. So that's a fascinating situation that is developing.
Wow.
I'm tracking that. I'm doing the best I can with it. Again, intelligence is hard to come by.
Hmm.
Speaking of intelligence being hard to come by,
Fuck.
Local was before, Mike.
not wrong.
Are you talking about
So-
some more dumb shit out in LA?
No,
Okay.
no. Oh, besides the iron gates going across the freeway entrances,
Wait, what?
CHP, not CHP. Caltrans is installing closable iron reinforced gates across all freeway entrances and exits in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Huh.
Sort of like what they do up north, so that way you don't go on it when it shuts down because of snow?
Yeah, those go the easier to go around. These are armored.
Okay. Is it on the... Are they doing it on the on-ramps and the off-ramps?
Yes.
Is this so that way they can do an iron corridor, so that way if somebody gets on there, they can just be like, yo, boys, just lock it up?
No, it's because of the riding.
I was gonna say, is it to prevent vehicles or people?
People.
Both?
Yes. They're installing those in all the undercrossings for LA freeways because LA has that bad a riot problem.
Wow.
But going back to what I was saying about it, so we had an incident in England this last week
Yeah. Okay.
where a young woman was raped in broad daylight
Oh, shit.
by a group of unidentified migrants. The British are rioting. The British government is denying that it ever happened.
Oh, fuck.
They aren't just not releasing things.
They're not just like
They are
They're just
calling the woman.
Blanket statement.
They are calling the woman a liar.
it's one thing to stonewall and say we can't release anything. It's an open da da da.
But to sit there and just
that's
be like, no,
fine.
flat out,
Great.
no,
No, didn't happen.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
If,
So
That is some fucking rubbish. I mean, we've been seeing this pop up where a lot of people are pissed at the immigration into Europe. And a big time thing that a lot of people have said, not just in the U.S., but around the world, is integration. Integration.
promise or not,
Huh?
they're not integrating.
Yeah, you either no. A lot of nations have sat there. You either integrate, or it's going to be a revolving door. We'll kick you out. We'll pull somebody who will integrate in. So, yeah, pretty freaking nuts.
To which clearly the Brits are angry. They've sent a very sternly written letter to the members of Parliament. Because that's all I can do.
To sit there and just do that.
And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. This ties into British politics a little. That they are stripping House of Lords membership from hereditary lords.
oh,
And the hereditary lords that they seem to be targeting are the ones that are the hardest on immigration.
Oh.
and they're taking their positions and giving them.
To somebody else.
Mm. Wow.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
You're either with us or you're against us.
Funny how Chucky, the head of the Church of England, didn't decide to do anything for Easter, but did stuff for Ramadan.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Maybe it's due to the factor of like what 51% of the migrants are Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
So
England has fallen. We have another problem in Europe.
okay.
Flying to Europe anytime soon?
Wasn't planning on it.
Good.
No.
Because you can't get home.
What?
The Europeans have indicated last week that they have less than 5 weeks left of aviation fuel.
Whoa, oh, fuck.
Mhm.
Okay.
So which now makes it 4 weeks of aviation fuel available in the entire continent of Europe,
Wow.
Because most of their aviation fuel comes from areas in the Middle East
which are not Iranian but have been
currently able
blown
to
up.
be accessed.
Wow.
They do
or-
not expect a recovery in
Yeah.
aviation fuel availability for the next 8 years.
Fuck. So, hey, when you said I wasn't planning on going to Europe anytime
Well, you
soon,
you can go to Europe.
You'll just be stuck in Europe.
You just can't get home.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go to places where I can at least get home by.
I don't know. I wouldn't
boat.
mind being stuck in Ireland, Scotland, or something of that nature. Just go through, be there. What? I read their news. Yeah, I know. I'd find a nice little freaking pub, pony up to the bar.
and never leave.
No, I wasn't taking it over. No, I'd just pony up to the bar.
If I'm stuck in
Sit
Ireland,
back.
we're getting rid of a king.
So I'm sitting back and just being like, all right, cool.
And Jacob's going to be like,
Uh,
kids on this side of the pond.
I'm just the pure and simple factor of I have been all around the world, and just if you can get in good with the locals, a lot of the locals will just leave you be. And from every World War II, remember, the pubs over here are more of a social gathering location. So, do your best to blend in, fit in. Do not arouse suspicion or anger from the locals.
Don't start talking shit.
Uh-huh. Don't go in there
For
and
the
start
ongoing world
talking shit immediately.
conflict. Exactly.
Get fucked, yeah. Yeah. No.
I'm trying to simmer. You couldn't tell.
Oh, really? You, Simmer? No.
Because I just got word from the BOCC meeting that, we don't care about the legalities. We don't care about the NRS. We don't give a shit if we're making people pay for their own audit.
Whoa.
5-0.
Wow. Of course. Hey, do you want to pay for it? Do you want to pay for it? Do you want to pay? No, we don't. We'll make you pay for it.
But we're going to pick the auditor.
You better give me a list of 5.
Nope.
Wow. No bueno.
Like I said, I'm trying not to throw things and be angry. I'm at a loss. Because you know what this is going to cause? Because they're violating NRS, it's going to cause a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Lawsuit's going to go through.
Because NRS says the office
The office shall pay.
shall pay.
The
The office is the county.
Uh-huh. And that they need to have turned it in by Q1.
They turned it in Q2.
Uh-huh.
It sounds to me like the BOC is running out of money to spend on their passion projects,
So they're looking for other sources.
which,
Mm-hmm.
from one thing that I read,
Well, Strickland is under a deadline to get her fairgrounds done before she gets voted out.
allegedly, a lot of the fairground projects that are covered under grants and everything else, the town or the county has dollar for dollar matched to get
Yeah.
that shite done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just trying not to yell. I'm trying to be calm. Because you know who's going to pay for that lawsuit?
Everyone.
The taxpayer.
Every taxpayer.
Every taxpayer. In reduced services, in reduced operations, in cuts to our fire, cuts to our policing, in cuts to our roads. We're all going to pay for it.
I would laugh district attorney sits there and goes, "Hey, I know you guys voted in favor for them to pay for it, but guess what? No." Looking into the NRS, you're sitting there and demanding that the person in that office pay for it,
Huh?
not the
Individual.
office.
Exactly.
Hell in a handbasket. You alright?
No,
No.
I'm pretty motherfucking far about this point.
You want a royal with cheese?
I want to go down and find me some, because we're in hard pipe hitting crackers.
Are you talking about like Popeye's biscuit without a soda drink?
No,
Something that you choke on as soon as it hits your mouth?
no. I
No.
want them to go to town. A pair of pliers and a blowtorch.
Mm. By the way, for any of you youngins that are tuning in, that's a Pulp Fiction reference.
Fiction reference, you should see it.
Yeah, that. Once again, it's election season. We're starting to see a lot of people sit there and go, "Hey, we're gonna start doing, we're gonna start doing stuff now," which I don't like that. I don't appreciate it. If you dragged ass the last 2 years or
It's
whatever,
pandering.
and then you just went, "Oh, well now we're gonna do something because it's election season," I'm
Yeah.
like, did you really do something, or did you do a look over here, not over here? Because
Yeah.
we've talked about the RVs sitting at the dump because they have to be properly drained of the hazardous waste material,
Mhm.
and that they were only
plenty of
supposed to be
time.
there for 45 days.
And they have to
but
hold
they're-
them for a certain amount of time, but not
They have
beyond.
plenty of time on the BOCC because 5 of the action items were declaring properties public nuisances and planning on seizing them from individuals under that great international building and maintenance code.
Yeah.
Tired, Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm not. And once again, this is one of the reasons why the vast majority of individuals in this town, they said, "Hey, we do not want our town or Nye County to be an HOA."
Right.
And then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, this was adopted before our BOCC members currently."
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay. But instead of just saying, "Hey,
This is a bad idea.
this is a bad idea," the first 30 days that you're in office and reading what's on the books and going, "Hey, why do we have this?" They went, "Oh no, we have that so that way we can enforce standards on people
Mm-hmm.
and shove it down their throat like an HOA." Yay!
You want not being shoved down my throat?
The cigar?
This cigar.
Good guess.
We got 3 minutes left.
Oh,
Let's talk about this sick. Amy, what do you think of the Moroni's trumpet?
I will say the only problem I'm having today is I didn't quite have anything heavy enough before smoking it.
It's a big cigar.
It's a big cigar, and I didn't know you were going to go here, so I had a light lunch.
Jacob, as a man who tends to like lighter cigars.
full body. I did a cut down again
Mm.
on the tail end just due to the factor of I wasn't getting a good enough draw
Well,
on
it
it.
has that shape that if you don't.
Yep. And if
Leave
you
it
don't
for
cut it
flow.
just right, then you have the issue, which the lovely thing is that this has a splendid wrap because mine is not unraveling at all.
Even after multiple cuts, yeah.
So that way I could do multiple cuts on it. Still phenomenal cigar to smoke. Full flavors, right? I wish I would have had a little bit more lunch,
Mm.
but
It
It-
fit my mood.
it's not.
Yeah, it did.
It's not overwhelming. It's not an overwhelming cigar yet.
No.
It's not one of those things where I've burnt out my palate halfway through.
No.
And this is, I would have to say, the heaviest thing in a
Apostate
apostate
makes,
line.
yeah. I love a cigar. It's my perfect angry cigar. And today's one of those days where I'm a little bit angry.
Where everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks. I just want you people to remember, those of you who listen to us, the fuckers out there in this world, politics matter. And they matter at a local level.
Your local level will affect you
Way more.
way more, and it'll affect you way faster. And the reason why is because when it's at the national level, then guess what happens?
It's diluted.
Every single state will go through if they have a conniption fit about it and go what?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. It's
Mhm.
unconstitutional. And then it's like your small towns, your counties and things of that nature. They'll try to pass stuff down, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, yo, really? Why did you pass that in the first place? Well, it was here before us. We're just working with what we got. No, you're working to fuck us over.
Mm-hmm.
And we see
And
through it.
sitting there and saying, oh no, we're going to use this as a public nuisance to seize your fucking house. Cool. Once again, that's the reason why I feel like if you live in an HOA, you don't ever own your house. Okay? You have to pay the bribe so that way you can continue to live at your house under their rule. Okay?
Exactly.
Last time I checked, that was called serfdom,
Yes.
where you lived on the king's land.
And I welcome that shit. You know why? A medieval serf got 127 days off per year,
Okay.
paid.
Okay. What were you paid? Nothing.
No, the Lord had to bust out of his coffers and feed my ass a feast.
Okay. I'm not down for serfdom. I fucking hate HOAs. I hate towns that act like fucking HOAs. I fucking hate the people who put HOA style rules into counties, into town boards, shit like that, and then go around and fucking harass people on their own property to make them, because you're doing this. When you sat there and said, oh, here comes around people to measure how big the grass is in your fucking yard.
Yeah, and quite frankly,
So you're literally paying people to go out to find other people to pay for their position. Congratulations.
and the people who are like, well, the neighbors were complaining. Well, maybe if the neighbors had a problem, they should have chosen to live in an HOA.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's their
and
choice.
we get that shit where all of a sudden Mountain Falls decide to move right next to, I don't know, a big cow fucking farm right there, big
and a
long
racetrack.
Racetrack.
and a racetrack,
And complain about it.
and then complain about noise, and then they complain about cow shit smell. Cool. It's almost as if you didn't go and go to your house and walk the neighborhood to
And,
see
like,
if
just
it was
sit there and
good or
listen
not
for a little
for
bit.
you.
Yeah.
Does this smell like cow shit? No, that's just local government.
No. Does it smell like weed? Guess what? You might be downwind from a grow.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there and you're saying, "Oh yeah, we're the county commissioners, cool," and then you literally go through and take something that was passed on, and then you're like, "Well, maybe we should update this to the newest." Not sit there and say, "Hey, maybe we should
Maybe
get
it
rid of
doesn't
this
make
fucking
sense for
thing
us at all.
Yeah.
for a rural community."
Exactly.
You know, because if you're sitting there and being like, "You can't have a a broken down vehicle visible from the roadway." Motherfucker, have you seen how wide open this area is?
Exactly.
But you can sit there and go, okay, yeah, we're going to try and regulate it so that way you don't have Christmas lights up in February. Which, whoever's on Homestead with the giant elk or whatever in as the front lawn
yeah.
ornament, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I do know that it's already in effect in Pahrump. That's one of the reasons.
Is funding, yeah.
Yes.
And funding for additional people.
And they're seizing people's houses. As today it was 5 items on the agenda to seize people's houses.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with it, just most people don't realize.
Yeah, that we already.
That it was already there.
And that's the reason why I said it was put on there before any of our current BOCC members.
Yeah, 2019, right?
No.
Yep. That's the
Was it
last
2019?
revision. That's the last revision we adopted.
So that was updated. So if I recall correctly, it was back in 2014 that it was put on. It was updated to the latest revision back in 2019. So it was something like how you and I have dealt with it, where it's like, hey, it's on the books, but we're not following the most current one. And so what they do, okay, update it to the most current one, not realizing that they should have reviewed it and gone, ugh, should we just
And that means
get
one of
rid
our
this?
current commissioners was in office in 2019.
Yeah.
Strickland.
I feel like it's a Strickland move.
It is. She was in office in 2019.
One more thing before we sign off. Just one thing.
Fuck HOAs.
That too. Battle of Dien Bien Phu has been fought again. The French have been kicked out by the Vietnamese. The French bakery has been bought out by a Vietnamese family. Good luck to them in that location.
Really, on Homestead?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I
The
hold no
French
ill
bakery?
will. Yes, I hold no ill will.
Isn't
I
that on the
hope.
basin?
I wish them good luck to that. Just FYI, has been bought out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, happy bread.
Oh, Happy Bread. Okay, up
Over the
there.
basin, yeah.
Well, I just remember there's a bakery on
There is a
Homestead
bakery
all
on
the way down there too, and
No,
I'm
no.
like, okay,
This
cool.
is the one over on Basin.
Okay.
So I wish. Yeah, I wish them good luck in their new endeavor. Because any business in this town needs all the luck it can get.
Yes.
So with that,
I'm
Michael.
Jacob.
He's Jacob. That's Amy.
Thanks
Jeff's over here someplace taking the night off.
for tuning in,
Good night,
fuckers.
fuckers.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, Saturday.
No,
No.
Saturday we had the event, fuckers.